Chapter 23. After 3 weeks of waiting for an appointment, Mamito's finally seeing the audiologist. We walk into a small office that smells like plastic plants. Mom fills out a stack of forms while Mamito plays with a wooden train. Mom said I could stay home this afternoon. I don't have after school choir rehearsal, and she said I could pull out our fall decorations. But I want to be here. I want to know if a hearing aid can fix Mamito, and if not, what can? I'm handing him another wooden train track when a lady in jack-o'-lantern scrubs calls, Manuel? I almost don't recognize the name as my brother's. We step up to a metal door and Mom goes through, holding Mamito's hand. Miss Jack-o'-lantern tells me, You can wait here, little lady. No, I say. I stand up straight and speak clearly. I'm his big sister. She looks at my mother, who nods, then lets me through. I can tell Miss Jack-o'-lantern thinks I'm not important. She might even think Mamito is a pain in the butt brother to me, but that's not how it is. I'm the one who watches him when mom and dad are cooking or outside, when they're not home or just not paying attention. When he cries, I usually know why. Inside, we meet a woman at a low table. Her scrubs are a plain, crisp blue. I'm Dr. Lee, she says. She puts headphones on a stuffed bear and then on Mamito. She says, When you hear a beep, raise your hand way up high. Instead of raising his hand, he twists his head back and forth. Let's try this instead, she says, bringing out a toy boat and a plastic elephant. She trains Mamito to touch them when he hears the beeps. This works better. He touches one, then the other. I like her. Next, she brings out a white handheld instrument that looks like an ear thermometer. Hold it, she says, giving it to Mamito. He puts it to her ear, then to my ear, then to Mom's. He's not afraid. Now my turn, Dr. Lee says. She holds the instrument to Mamito's ear and prints the results. The paper shows a square grid with a barely arched line toward the bottom, like an eyebrow. It looks like something from my algebra book. Good job, Manuel. Dr. Lee gives him a dolphin sticker and sets a box of blocks on the floor. His hearing is normal, she says to Mom. But this line should look like a hill. A flatter line indicates fluid in the middle ear. What causes that? Mom asks. Since he's not sick, I'd say he's allergic to something. Maybe dairy or wheat. Try cutting those from his diet and see what happens. The woman lists other ifs, doctors we should see, and Mom takes notes. But I'm stacking blocks with Mamito and thinking hard. A hearing problem would be easier to fix, wouldn't it? Like we could all learn sign language. But with this ear fluid thing, Dr. Lee said changing his food might help. Like that might not even be the answer. Something more feels off with Mamito. He used to let me hug him. Now he stiffens. Is that really something you fix with food? He's been curving away from us and I want him back. My thoughts don't get through to anywhere, smacking flat against my brain like the sound waves smacking flat against his eardrum. The ride home is quiet. Mamito falls asleep. At our driveway, Mom says, This is good news. He can hear, so great. We'll try changing his diet. Her voice sounds peppier than usual. She sounds like she's convincing herself or rehearsing what she'll tell Dad. I don't say anything. My phone vibrates. A text from Zuri. Hey, breaking news. Jaden mentioned getting a girlfriend. Everything drops through my head's trapdoor except Jaden. Girlfriend? Told me yesterday. I close the car door for Mom as she carries Mamito inside. Then I run to my room and call Zuri. I thought you'd be interested, she pauses. I know you like him. I try to think of something rational to say, but there's no use pretending. I'm practically wailing when I say, I'm never not thinking about him. I take a breath and lie back on my bed. My grandma Miller says not to worry whether Jaden likes me back, but I trail off. Hope is born at the same moment as love, Don Quixote says in my head. He does like you. He texts you all the time. But does he like me? She pauses, and I can tell she's trying to be honest. Hard to tell. I think how flattened I would feel if Jaden liked some other girl. How 3D I would feel if he liked me. Z, I've wanted to ask her this for a while. Now that she knows how I feel, it seems safe. I take a deep breath. Do you like him? Me? No. No, he's like my brother. I don't see him that way at all. She sounds like she's telling the truth, and I breathe a sigh of relief. I've been worried about that since day one. But he says he thinks someone likes him. He didn't say who? He didn't. What do you think that means? It could be you, and he was just embarrassed to say so. So, right? Or it could be someone in the play. Why didn't I sign up for the play? Total missed opportunity. This is not working out like any of the Latino love songs my parents sing. You'd still be his friend no matter who he means. Zuri can tell this is not my first choice at all. True, I say with false energy. I push myself up and sit cross-legged, my mind trying to plump up the word friend like a pillow. So did you talk to your mom about posting the weepy, I ask? That's the other reason I wanted to call you. It's up already. Wow! I'm thrilled to think it might sell quickly, and slightly alarmed that I'm actually doing this. The bus still has seats left according to the website. I hope they last. Do you ever help your mom make stuff to sell? It used to be fun to glue on rick-rack and stuff, but I'm kind of sick of it, you know? I keep asking mom to let me use the sewing machine. Then I could make something cool. A scarf or a whole dress even. Maybe she'll teach you. I've been sketching designs. Oh, send me pictures. Okay, sure. Hey, how was your brother's appointment? Z knew I was stressing about this all week. I take the phone out to the kitchen to see if supper started. Well, we found out that his hearing is normal. That's good, right? Good question. It ought to be good news, but I feel weird about it. Well, he can hear, but that means we still don't know what's wrong. I see a box of spaghetti on the counter and a jar of sauce. Are you sure he's just not, you know, different? He's definitely different, but there must be a name for what he has. Hey, I'm getting the signal that I'm supposed to help make supper here. I gotta go too, Zuri says. I thank her for everything. I can't imagine seventh grade without her. I shove my phone in my back pocket, and as I pick up the spaghetti box, Mom comes in. Oh, sweetie, hit pause on that. Thank you for starting, but we'll have to give that box away or something. Dad's picking up gluten-free noodles on his way home. Might as well start this diet thing right away. Maybe you can make a salad? Yeah, sure. I hope gluten-free is better than it sounds. Spaghetti was my favorite meal. So, Mom? Hmm? She rummages in the cupboard for the spaghetti pot. Is Mamito okay? I suppose, she says, filling the pot with water. You suppose? He is what he is, Key. What do you want me to say? Aren't you worried? She places the pot on the stove and glances over at me. Of course I am. Today we got more information. We have to keep looking, to keep trying things, experimenting. She dries her hands on a dish towel and flings it up on her shoulder. He's getting OT, occupational therapy, at school now, so that's a good development. The brushing and swinging and other stuff. She turns to face me. He's lucky to have you, Key. Now, salad? I open the fridge. The lettuce looks like a green submarine instead of a ball. What happened to the lettuce? It's romaine. I thought we'd try something besides iceberg, something different. Maybe Mimito is just romaine in an iceberg lettuce world. Just then he dashes through the kitchen, pushing his dump truck. The clack clack sound recedes down the hall. Grandma's surgery is Saturday, Mom says to the silverware drawer. Her voice sounds small, like she's a kid. And for once I swallow my own fear and think about how she must be feeling. Grandma Miller is her mom. She picks out 3 forks and a plastic spork from Amito, then pauses over the open drawer. I lay the lettuce on the counter and slip my arm around her waist, and she turns and hugs me. A new thought makes me feel even worse. What if Mamito never gets to know her? I choke on the words. Oh, Key, look, we can't think that way. Some days I can't help it either. I'm afraid I'll up and cry at work. But then I remember all the people who've recovered from cancer. It all depends on if it has spread. We'll know more after this operation. But she could die, couldn't she? Something makes me want to force my mom to say it. I'm sick of her being brave and telling me not to worry. I do worry. Doesn't she worry too? I can't imagine her gone. She shakes her head. I still need her help. But she could. Yes, Key, my goodness. Her tears make me feel like I've won something. She could. She could die. She puts her hand over her mouth and lets out a sob. I run for the Kleenex box, wishing I hadn't pushed her, my own tears starting. We blow our noses and Mom tries to smooth her hair. Then Mamito calls out and I'm left alone with moist eyes and blurry lettuce.